Well, if you weren't here yesterday, I did report that the pesky but charming possum that moved into my catio, uh, that had lived there for, golly, probably 2 months. We caught he, she, I'm not sure what the possum's pronouns are, in the in a humane cage and relocated. It was the witness relocation program yesterday, and we took Mr. and Mrs. Possum down to the river and opened the cage, and off he went, scurrying off, not happy with the affair, but very happy to be let out of the cage. Very happy to be let out of the cage. It's no fun to be inside of a cage, is it? It's a terrible, terrible idea, isn't it? We think of those souls who are currently locked in our society's cages, and without any judgment upon that, it's still the very thought that that's that's where humans find themselves is an amazing thing. It's almost as if the universe plays time out and says, enough worldly freedom, time to contemplate where you've gotten yourself. But anyway, I digress a little bit, and today's message won't be anywhere near as long as yesterday's message was, but to some degree, we are trapped in the bondage of self. And yesterday I mentioned the great biblical line from Psalm 91, one of my favorites, that says, "Surely we shall be released from the snare of the fowler and from the noise and pestilence, the cage of our own soul." And so yesterday I drove up to see my beloved sister Kate, and then also my sister-in-law who was visiting. And we had a great visit. And for those of you who know my sister, her chemotherapy is concluded now. She's doing as uh, as well as she possibly can be doing. It's a great joy. But the I was listening to music, of course, on the drive up, and as I was thinking about cages and the cage, the bondage of self, and what that means for all of us, and certainly how it is that we get out, a song by the musical artist Sting came up. He actually wrote an album in 1991 called Soul Cages. It was a very introspective time for him in his life. His mother and his father had just passed. And of course, he being a great poet, a great bard, a phenomenal, astonishing musician of great intelligence and great communicative power, as if he is the voice for millions, in my humble opinion. But the album is called Soul Cages, and the number one song on the album is called Soul Cages. And I really recommend you look it up. You could look it up on YouTube and look at it in one of its iterations. You could listen or watch it. But it's a phenomenal song about the cages that we're all locked in. And it's an old English seafaring mythology that's around it. But we find ourselves in a cage. And the question is, to what degree does a higher power need to let us up out of the cage? To what degree do we pray to be let out of the cage? But also, to what degree is the cage not even locked? To what degree are we in a prison ourselves, staying in a very small space, but the door is wide open? We could leave whenever we wanted to, but we're comfortable, we're safe, it's familiar, we think it's where we belong, we suffer from guilt or shame, we don't think we deserve it. Whatever it is, maybe we could walk out of the cage at any moment to some degree. And what is it that would indicate to us that we could walk out of the cage? We could begin to listen to our soul rather than our ego. We could begin to listen to the great desires of our heart and simply walk out and do those things rather than put it off till later, or rationalize why not, or think that that could never happen for us, or what would happen if we tried, or I'll certainly run out of money if I try that, or, in other words, this degree that we are imprisoning our own selves. We are our own jailers, so to speak. So today, what is your soul crying to do and be released to do that it could most easily do if our ego would let ourselves out and realize that door is wide open. I'm going to consider the same topic and listen to Soul Cages by Sting. It's a remarkable song. Give it a couple listens, but listen, watch it, and to the degree to which a higher power needs to open our door, and that's always the case, there's also what we can do, the courage to do the things that we can and to listen to our soul rather than our ego, which imprisons us. Have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow.